It's Friday. It's Mark Pires. And it's Real Talk.
I was walking down the road today, looking for another way
to ease my mind
and help my living.
It's Real Talk. It's the daily variety show, Mark Pires Real Talk. I'm here to help you make smarter moves, to amplify your current state. And I'm here with you on the 375th episode in a row. Day in a row. I've done a lot more than 375 episodes. But this is the 375th day in a row of the Mark Pires Real Talk program. And I just want to thank you guys for continuing to join me on a daily basis. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do this. I met with someone today who said, look, I see a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people who are doing motivational, inspirational work, but mostly they post on a daily basis. They'll post a clip, post a quote, but they don't go live every day. That's pretty impressive that you're continuing to do it day after day after day. And the fact that I have no intention of ever stopping is part of the, enjoyment for me. It's like thinking about that there's one tomorrow. And, I said a few weeks back, if I stop for one day, there's a good chance I never do it again. That's real. And I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to make sure that I keep myself motivated. So it doesn't look like my chat is working, my chat window over here on my screen. So if you guys have anything to say, I just opened up my window here on Facebook so you could send me some notes there as well. Let me shut it off. There we go. So it's Friday, day 375, guys. I'll tell you, I had this plan to come tonight and play you a full show on the beat seat, my beautiful invention right there. But we got a massive order today. This is the biggest order we've gotten. And I want to start building tonight. So I think what I'm going to do is put on a really good show for you guys right now. Hey, Joy. I'm going to put on a rockin' show for you guys right now. And then I'm going to probably build like a 4 or 5 beat seats tonight. And I'm going to keep going because I got to get a bunch built. And, 16 actually. So I'm going to be putting them together. And I wanted to talk to you guys today about the weight you carry as an entrepreneur. Started thinking about this because we finally received our biggest order today. And if I look back, it's roughly, for me, about 2 years after starting this process. For my wife, who's my business partner, she's been in it for maybe a year and 4 months. We talked about how we're getting sales here, sales there, but that idea of getting the first big sale, the first sale where all of a sudden you feel like there's some momentum starting to build. And it came through today or yesterday. So basically the thought process here, actually, no, it was today. But a lot happened yesterday too. There's something really exciting going on I can't talk about yet. I told you guys I showed you the beat seat I built for myself and that it was a custom job. They sent me wood. Matt Zabrowski, give me some energy, my friend. Is that not the coolest scream in the world? Can't believe my engineer wanted to pull that. He's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to keep that in there for? Because that is the song. The song is great, but that is the song. The drummer who I didn't know expressed himself like that when he finished his track. I like that. It's one of my favorite things. So anyway, I'm with you guys as per usual. And like I said, I think what I'm going to be doing is probably kicking back tonight and building beat seats. I was going to do 2 shows for you guys today. Michael, my buddy Michael's on right now on Facebook. Michael, I would love it if you get a chance to go over to YouTube and subscribe and ding the bell over there. Because that's where the show goes. And it sounds great and looks great on Facebook as well. But I really want to try to... My boy, Michael's the best. Michael, you're inspirational, man. I got to tell you, you get me every time I watch your well-being tips. It just gets me going. And I love it. I love it. We are here to connect, guys. Michael's one that's out there doing the same thing. That's why I feel like this group we're building, just of like-minded individuals that want to see a better world, it's starting to grow, guys. It's small, just like the group of people tuning into Real Talk right now. But the effort and the determination and the stick-to-itiveness that we're kind of leading with here on this show is it's gonna begin to start creating momentum. And this is a good example. The beat seat. This thing, you guys know how amazing that beat seat is. You've heard me play it on a daily basis. It sounds unbelievable. And it took 2 years for us to get our first serious order. What does that tell you? It tells you that no matter how good something is, it's going to require hard work. It's going to require you to not close down when the people who don't like it express that. If I look back at the last 2 years, the amount of people that didn't get the beat seat, they just didn't understand it, I could have quit. I could have given up. Well, that person said, we already have enough cajones. Well, thank goodness I knew that what I have is not a cajon. What I have is a cajon on steroids. That's something my wife coins. She's like, when someone says, oh yeah, it's a cajon, we have one of those. She's like, no, you don't have one of these. This is a cajon on steroids. In fact, I laugh when people say I have one of these. I'm like, look, I wouldn't have received a patent if something else out there was like this, So the idea, though, you're carrying a weight on your shoulders as an entrepreneur. You've started something, a chain of events. The first one is the longest of those events. The first event is trying to create awareness. You're out there pushing. How many times over the last 2 years have I stopped into a classroom or just saw somebody with a guitar and I just said, hey, I got something in my back seat I want to show you. You have to be willing to open your mouth and speak and let people know what you have, what value. And when I see, every time I tune on into a live show where I'll see a solo artist or something, and I look at what they're playing, I'm like, I got to reach out to this person, let them know the beat seat exists. This is what we do as entrepreneurs, the weight of trying to inform the world that you have a better solution for them. It's the same thing I'm doing here on Real Talk. I'm here every day for 375 days in a row, trying to let you know that there's something that'll make you feel better right here every single day. And the negatube is not giving it to you. In fact, it's confusing us all. It is confusing us all. I put out a piece of content today, not intending to offend anybody. I haven't been political in 375 days. And if you watch the full bit on this yesterday, which is live on YouTube, is an hour and 36-minute show, but I talked for about 15 minutes about this. And it's not a political thing because both parties are out of their minds. It is shock and awe news, National Enquirer news. It's, that's the story. Let's run it. Wait a second. Do you want to check the fact? You want to fact check it first? No. Let's just put it out there. If we can get a lot of views, we may get 1 million views. Oh, look, they shared it 340,000 times, but it's fake. Who cares? Look at how many views I got. Look, now I'm considered a really great journalist. What happened to journalistic integrity? It went out the window with the internet. As soon as a small group started to taint the idea of real news, action-packed, hard-hitting, everybody just abandoned it. Oh, well, I can't make money. I can't spend too much time researching this because I got to get paid. I got to drop this blog. I got to put it out there. So this is my philosophy. It's not political. It's a take on why we are a fake news society. It's my perspective. Anytime I ever think of why something is the way it is, I'm going to lead you towards it. I'm going to tell you what I think. It may not be correct. It's just how I feel about it. It reminds me of how I told you the reason why I think there are school shootings. It's because at some point when I was 17 or 18 years old, some parent who had a kid that wasn't very talented went and made a big stink about how everybody should get a trophy. And now I'm going to tell my 5-year-old he's amazing, even though he sucks. And I'll keep doing it until he's 16. And then when he finds out he's not, he's going to grab a gun and shoot somebody. That's real, guys. That's what happened. Everyone's like, oh, geez, where did it come from? We never had this when I was a kid. We never had this when we were kids. Because when I lost when I was 8 years old, my dad said, you're not very good at this. Maybe you should try something else. I may have cried for a few minutes. But then I said, you know what? Maybe I should try something else. It's different when you're 6 or 7 and you have that realization within yourself, or when you're 14, 15 or 16 and someone breaks your heart for the first time or tells you you're not as good as you think you are. Participation trophies have led us to where we are today. Now, that's not political either. That's just fact. I don't want my kid to think he's good at something he's not, or she. I want to lead them towards something they could actually be successful at in the future. Why would I waste 15 years of their lives telling them they're great at everything when I know they're not? What kind of parent am I? Yes, Cross says manipulation. He says it's normal and it messes with reality. Yes, it does, Cross. You're absolutely right. People are manipulating their children to believe they're great at things they're not. I'm very clear with my kids. I'll tell them, like, look, maybe this isn't for you. Like my daughter, I just found out she's got a talent for painting. I can't paint. I tried to paint 2 things in my life. I have them. They're terrible. I'm a terrible painter. I did one abstract thing that's actually kind of cool, but it's not very painterly. And then the other one's just like, I tried to paint this waterfall. I cannot get depth of field, guys. I'm terrible at it. But my daughter wrote this thing. I told you guys the other day, she's all of a sudden been doing all these little compositions. She just takes paint and drops it on top of paint on top of paint. And all of a sudden you get this like gorgeous rainbow effect. And when she did a few of them, she started realizing there's something there. So now she's doing them all the time. And then she did this Jackson Pollock thing. She's just dripping it on the page. I wish I had canvas for her because she's doing this all on just white paper. She's like, oh, she paints every day, 4 years old, 4.5 years old. That's dedication. She's 4.5 years old. No one's telling her, hey, go paint, kid. Go and do this, kid. She just loves it. And I think she's going to be able to do something with that. Now, my son, he's looking at it. He goes, wow, that's really good. Wow, that's great. And he says, I don't think I can do that. I don't think I have that type of artistic talent. And I said, no, you don't, son. You don't. That's not you. My son is a great pitcher. He's going to be a great pitcher. He's going to get bigger and be a pitcher. You're not going to be an artist. Sorry, son. You're 11 years old. I'm going to tell you right now that you won't be a painter. I'm not going to tell you, you could be whatever you want, son. You could be a painter if you want. No. Because I've seen you try to paint and you're terrible. I've seen you throw a baseball and that you can do. So my thought here is you got legs in that opportunity. I've seen you paint, not that I'm an art critic, but I have seen stuff and I say, wow, oh my goodness. And I've seen stuff and I'm like, holy cow. Now, we had a story here about a month and a half ago. My friend Nancy, my client Nancy sent over to me, where someone paid $200,000 for a banana on a wall, duct taped to a wall. So again, subjective art is. However, I think I have an idea for stuff. When I was a kid, my favorite painting of all time is Starry Night. I have a duplication, like a replication of it at my house. It is the greatest painting ever. I just love the painterly, just all of that paint on the canvas. It's something that has always drawn me into the canvas. And when I saw my daughter doing it, just because she just likes it too, I'm realizing that, she's my daughter. Now, here's the thing. I can be real with myself. I'm a terrible painter. If my parents told me when I was 8 years old, you could be a painter, son, you could do whatever you want, I would be upset at them at this point in my life. I'd be saying, why did you tell me that I could be good at something that I'm terrible at? I wasted years. I wasted time. I wasted moments. I only get a few moments in this life. You could say, no, you got years. You get anywhere from 40 to 100 years if you're lucky, right? No, those are moments. You don't remember the entire year. You don't remember all 40 years. You remember moments. You have reflections into the past, and you're looking back at a movie. It's scenes. No matter how much you try to remember things from your life, you will only remember scenes. You'll only remember little smidgets, little moments, little emotional just like tugs that just bring you back. Told you one of them is whenever I hear the Counting Crows, I don't know what it is about the Counting Crows, but when I hear Anna Begins or Mrs. Jones, Mr. Jones, I just remember sophomore year in high school. I just remember being in my first car in my Ford Escort with a speaker attached to the e-brake in the middle. I had a doorbell on my dashboard, literally a doorbell that I would push whenever I had to inform someone that they're cutting me off. That was my first car. Starry Night. That's right, Phil. Ooh, I got to tell you, I got to read that because Phil is, we know Phil's a writer, but Phil just penned something here you guys need to hear. Starry, starry night. Paint your palette blue and gray. Look out on a summer's day with eyes that know the darkness in my soul. I like that, Phil. That's nice. A little real talk action. Guys, do you realize that you are contributors in the show? Look at Phil, just gave us a nice poem that he wrote out here in real time. Oh, no, that's not. It's Don McLean's Starry Night. He's telling me to play it on the beat seat. I'm going back a couple of comments here. I love it. You're the man, Phil. Thanks for always incorporating the show into your day. Phil sent over some great stories. Every time he sends them, I just incorporate them because, I do my best to find good stories for you guys, but I really intend to keep them real news. I'm sick of all that crap going on out there. So I do a little research just to make sure it's something that's not like off the wall. For example, today we're talking about a few things that I think are kind of cool, like flying cars that are almost on their way. And there's a new type of basically like driveways and roads. They're going to start taking plastic and recycling it into driveways and roads. That's a really cool story. So we're going to get into that. And we're talking about there's a volcano and then also the negative effect of energy. That's the last story for the day. So I'm always trying to pick up something for you guys that I think you can get something out of. And, for 375, we weren't doing the news, but now this is part of the show. Got the news. We're doing, we got the little beat seat action. And because I'm not doing a show tonight at 10, I think we're going to probably get a few songs in. We'll rock out a few songs for you right now. If you have any requests, I know this is the thing, and I feel bad because Phil always wants me to play songs like Don McLean's Vincent, but I've never heard it. So I don't know. I'm a songwriter. I got 150 of my own songs, and then I can print out stuff like that and then listen to it once, and then I'll give you my own version of it. But I don't know what I'm going to play for you guys today. If you guys have any requests, remember the beat seat is the drum you play with your hands and feet. All right. It is the first drum for guitar players. And also the first drum you could play while you sit completely upright. That is ridiculous. All right. My man, Phil. Phil's the number one fan. I love it, Phil. I love having a number one fan. That is the coolest thing in the world. When you're here every day, my friend was talking about this earlier. Oh, Cat Stevens. Now that is something I may be able to rock out a little Cat for you. I improvised a song that was super Cat Stevens-ish like 6 months ago. Maybe I can rock that out for you guys. We'll see. I'm going to get into some stuff. I don't know what we're going to do on the music side, but I'll keep it light. I'll keep it light. We do have a crazy Saturday Night Live coming at you tomorrow night on the beat seat. And I'm not sure if it's going to be a cover night, if it's going to be an original night, if it's going to be just a live looping night, but we'll get into that. Just keep in mind, though, if you are intending to take entrepreneurship and just kind of give it a shot, don't bother. It is a weight, and you need to be able to carry it. You need to be able to take on all the negativity that's thrown at you. And remember that if somebody says they don't like it, there's a very good chance it's just that they don't understand it. You created something. You've made something that never existed in the history of time, and how could you expect everybody to get it? And now that may get back to you just haven't done a good job of explaining it. That may be it. I'll tell you, in the first 2 years of me pushing the beat seat, I'm sure there were times I wasn't explaining it properly. Now, yesterday I sat down with 50 special needs adults at a adult hospital in Stratford, Connecticut. And I played my beat seat with these people, and it was amazing. Now, something I learned, and this is heartbreaking for me, I noticed that there are a lot of people that are like incapacitated. They can't even play a beat seat. Yeah, it's a sensory drum that will help people with special needs, but there are so many people with special needs that can't even function. They can't move. They can't talk. Nonverbal, And I'm looking around the room because there's 50 people there. And of the 50, maybe 10 Out of 50, maybe 10 have function to be able to use their hands and their legs. And one of the adults comes and sits down, and he starts kicking the beat seat. And the smile that came across this kid's face, he was like 17, 18 years old, it made me want to cry. He starts kicking it, and I could see, he could feel the vibrations. And then he starts hitting it with his hands, and the smile got bigger. And I started realizing, I've heard no. I've heard people say, we have a cajon. Oh, how do you know it's a sensory drum? So much negativity thrown at me in the last 2 years. I could have quit after any of those hurls in my face. But no, I keep going. I don't quit. I'm here 375 days in a row. I haven't built some huge following for Real Talk. I haven't had a reason to keep coming day after day. I just will keep coming because I don't care if anybody tunes in. I'm here to leave a message. I'm here to inspire. I'm here to motivate. And whether you want to tune in or not, that's up to you. But I'm not going to quit just because you're not tuning in. My job it's not predicated on whether or not you tune in. It's a benefit if you tune in. You're going to get something out of it. But I can't worry about that. I can't focus on who's paying attention. I need to just do what I'm doing. And if this is meant to be, if I'm meant to be here with you guys and it's supposed to grow, it will grow. It will happen. You guys will make it happen. You're going to start telling people at dinner parties, what do you guys watch online? You should tune in subscribe to the show. You may not always have time, but every single day there's a live show. And it's not like 2 minutes. This guy goes on for an hour and a half every day. And patience. I love it when patience comes on. And, like I said, you can't focus on what you can't change. What you have to focus on is what you're doing. You have to focus on your action steps. And remember, if you have some sort of barricade put in front of you, you only have 3 options. You quit, you go over it, or you go through it. I'm just going through everything. I'm not going to let anything stop me. I just want you to try to do the same thing. Now, I get slapped back all the time. But when you believe in your value, you will do some astonishing things. But you can't give in. You can't give in to all of those people around you that tell you you're not worth it. Or no, you can't do that. They don't know what you have in you. They have no idea what you have inside of you. But I do. I know what you have in you because I have it too. I think we all do. Like I said, for me, this is my connection. Coming here with you, having this conversation, letting this happen every single day. This is my reason for being here. There's a reason I'm here in 2020 and not in 2050 or in 1980. I'm here in 2020 to Real Talk. This decade. That's it. We're here 375 days into this decade. We started in another decade. We're now in a new decade. This Real Talk show is 2 decades old. How crazy is that? We're 2 decades old on Real Talk, Phil. Oh, my goodness. So listen, I think it's about time we get into the news. We're 24 minutes in. It's about time. Usually we do that around 22 to 24 minutes. So I kind of gave you a little bit of a heads up on what our news is going to be about today. Let's get into it. Oh, you know what? I got to try to fix something real quick while you guys are on, all right? Because I want this to be right. I'll do it tomorrow. Should I? No, I'm going to do it right now. Hold on a second, guys. You're going to like this. This is how we do it. I just upgraded something, one of my graphics, and I just need to switch it real quick because there's something really weird. I don't know if you guys saw this, but the last 2 weeks when I do the outro, the Twitch thing comes out much quicker. Let's see if it worked. Check it out. Let's see if all of these, you're going to see something over here, all of these social media. Yes! Now see, it's working right. That's what I'm talking about. So let's get into the news. I got some cool stories for you. Hey, Rian, how are you? I'm so glad you're tuning in. Please head over to YouTube, subscribe, and ding the bell over there as well. So let's get the news going. Where's my news settings? There we go. So check this out, guys. There is a volcano that just erupted in Mexico, sending ash and plume into the Mexico sky. Now, this is just another warning for me that we are heading towards the
A Los Angeles judge ruled in favor of California truckers,
volcano.
exempting them from the new
Mexico's
gig economy
National
law
Civil
because they
Protection
are
Coordination
subject to
issued a
federal
yellow
statute.
alert for the area
Yahoo
of
Finance's
St.
Melody Hom has this story
in
for us. I
Delos
imagine
Ranch
there are some people
after
cheering, but
there
others
were
might be
reports of
upset.
exhalations,
Yes, this is a
tremors,
contentious
and
issue,
explosions
Adam,
at
and of course you're referring to the Assembly Bill 5, or
volcano on
otherwise
Monday.
known as AB 5, which
On the
went
morning of
into
January
effect
9th.
on January 1st of this year. It has been
thank
met
you,
with a lot of
patience. Patience, you
scrutiny
inspire
from all
me.
sides,
I'm so glad that
especially
we're
the
pushing each
truckers.
other
And the
towards our
Trucking
goals.
Association
That's the whole
has,
point
it's
of
been an
Real Talk.
archaic
That's the point of
industry.
what
The
patience is doing.
infrastructure is
We're
already
all here
there.
trying
So
to push
unlike the
each
Uber and
other
Postmates of the
forward
world, which
and to
have filed a
remind each other
lawsuit
when we're
against
down
California
that
as
there
well,
are some out
they
there
have
that
been very
support us.
much gung-ho
tell
on
you
making
guys, I don't
sure
know if
to
you realize
maintain
this,
their
but-
independence and try to...
Shut this down for a second. I don't know if you guys realize this, but the last couple days have been kind of tough for me. I got some sellers I'm not able to get to look at the market and understand the market for what it really is. And it becomes a frustrating, this is something we talked about. When you tell people what they need to hear, not what they want to hear, and they still don't hear it, that's a problem. Because it's like I said everything I need to say and everything that will help you get to the finish line, to the promised land. And instead of listening to that information, you're choosing to just disregard it and think you know better. And at the end of the day, a market is a market. Don't forget that. Of course I remember you, Riam. I'm so glad you came on. So a market is a market, guys. Don't forget that. Let's get back to our story here. So volcanic ash. Basically, guys, another volcano. I'm not sure. It says Mexico City, so that's what we're looking at over here. What do we got next? This is that story I was telling you about. This is pretty cool. Now, you tell me what you think about this. And oh, wait, this is...
A Los Angeles judge ruled in favor of California truckers, exempting them from the new gig economy law because they are subject to federal statute. Yahoo Finance's Melody Hom has this story for us. I imagine there are some people cheering, but others might be upset.
Yes, this is a contentious issue, Adam, and of course you're referring to the Assembly Bill 5, or otherwise known as AB 5, which went into effect on January 1st of this year. It has been met with a lot of scrutiny from all sides, especially the truckers. And the Trucking Association has, it's been an archaic industry. The infrastructure is already there. So unlike the Uber and Postmates of the world, which have filed a lawsuit against California as well, they have been very much gung-ho on making sure to maintain their independence and try to remain as contractors. Just taking a step back, AB 5, of course, is trying to make sure that businesses do not exploit gig workers, providing them with basic benefits like health insurance, workers' comp, and the like. However, we have noticed that a lot of individual workers, even Uber drivers and Postmates drivers themselves, have been repeatedly saying that they would rather be independent and flexible. We also know that freelance writers, looking at our own industry of journalism, have filed lawsuits as well. On this specific case, Judge William Heiberger of the Superior Court of Los Angeles did say in his ruling that AB 5, quote, clearly runs afoul of the federal law from 1994, which actually regulates interstate commerce across all 50 states. I do want to point out that there has been a macro trend of course, a trucking shortage across America, and I think this is an industry-wide issue that's been plaguing the trucking sector, specifically because of aging drivers and a lack of ability to really recruit female drivers into these positions. So this is an ongoing issue. There's a separate case that actually will have a hearing on Monday as well, but it looks like most of the truckers in this case are very happy.
Melody, really interesting as we continue to see the fallout from that gig economy law across California.
There are bad people out there, but it's more that it's bad ideas. People have bad ideas. And I think
A Vermont lawmaker introduced a new bill to the U.S. state
to the Vermont State
to the Vermont State Senate that makes it illegal for people under the age of 21 to possess a cell phone in Vermont.
He said he doesn't have any thought that this will actually go through, but the guy's trying to make a point. Is it the right point?
What, that he's an idiot?
Yeah, what's the point?
You can smoke weed,
so
but you
let's
can't
get to
own
the
a
story.
cell
Let's see
phone.
if we can
this is
talk
crazy.
about this
Stupidity.
really
I
cool
guess
thing
people
that
use
this
their phones a
company's doing
lot,
to
but that's a
try
choice
to
people make, whether they're under 21
I
or
guess
over
a
21.
smaller carbon
What's it going to do? Hurt the
maybe?
environment
Let's see
in
what it
Vermont,
says.
where nobody
The
works?
dangers of plastic use
if the
in
point is to
environment,
tell
it's
people
now
to use your cell phone
worldwide.
less, then what's the
No,
significance?
no. So the point is, he's
Plastic
saying
was invented
essentially
way back
that
in
people are trying to
1907.
regulate
Since then,
guns. Why
it
not try
became
to
one of the
regulate cell
modern
phones? And he is pro
models.
Second
it's the
Amendment.
reverse.
So basically, he's saying
Plastic
social
is used
media
for many
usually
things,
to
from
things
storing
like
food,
suicide, for
car
example,
parts,
and bullying
appliances,
among
and
teenagers.
even for our
So this
body
is
parts.
aimed at drawing attention
If
to
you
that.
have noticed,
Okay, well, if it
glass
took us a
soda
minute
bottles
to
are
figure
rare
that
these
out, then
days.
the message
Recidivism
is
is
probably not
retrograde,
that
is.
great.
advancement of our
That's all I'll say.
society and the world, it is also starting to take over our environment. Plastic is now considered a hazard, not only for
The world's largest
humans,
brewer,
but also
Anheuser-Busch
for
InBev, is
animals,
entering the
plants,
hard seltzer
and the
market
wildlife.
with a Bud Light
People have tried to do
seltzer. It's set to
everything they
debut on
could
Monday.
to
Flavors
find a
include
solution
mango,
to
black
this
cherry,
problem.
lemon lime, and strawberry.
Experts have
And I
spent
believe
nights
Bud Light
and
is going to be
days to
devoting part
brainstorm
of its
on
ad
how
time
to
during the
minimize
Super
the
Bowl
use of this
to Bud
material.
Light
However,
seltzer. Would you?
most of
Are
them
you?
seem
You're
to
a hard
insured.
seltzer guy.
Okay,
right?
yes,
yeah.
but apparently I cannot tell the difference between
what you like.
taste test. I wasn't able to distinguish a White Claw from a Truly. So it's all going to taste. Look, I think most people will say it'll taste all the same. So unless they try some new flavors, which doesn't seem like there's anything that dramatically different from what's already offered, I don't know what's going to be the distinguishing factor other than media buzz for right now.
It's filling, though, right? Tastes great.
Oh, but compared to other types of things.
It's a lot like wine coolers from the 80s and 90s.
He doesn't know the
college
reference.
girls. I know he doesn't.
They were
I've seen this
gross then,
before.
and it's
gross now, exactly.
Yeah,
Never had
Boons
a
and
The
Tunes
Gruber?
was my
No.
Saturday
Are you
morning.
serious?
Bartles and Jay. Bartles and Jay. Remember the two old guys who used to sit out there? Bartles and Jay.
Look at the
Ever
lava
seen
lamps.
Gruber?
Yeah,
Like
This
lava
company
lamps.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's
Gruber, and it's
correct.
not
Oh, just
spelled
go get
the
a
same
box
way,
of
but
wine and
it's
call it a day.
pronounced the same way. McGruber has developed a method on how to turn old plastic bottles into renewable
Democratic
acid
presidential candidate
and
Tom
to do it in
Steyer
1 minute
qualified for
before
the
they
debate,
explode.
and he's out with a new immigration proposal.
McGruber!
It would allow immigrants who flee the effects of climate change to be eligible to enter the United
This
States
is not only an
legally.
excellent
Good,
solution,
bad,
but
what,
it will
indifferent
also
idea?
last
I gotta say,
longer
people
than
were
the
making fun of
traditional
Tom
asphalt
Steyer and
being
making fun of the fact that he was even on the last debate stage. It seemed like a lot of
Toby
people forgot
McCarthy,
that he was
CEO of
in this race at all. But he's really
was
actually
working
branded
in
himself
southern
pretty
India
well as that climate
with a
change
charity when he came up with
candidate.
the
Okay.
idea.
There are a lot of
It's about
advertising.
branding. It's the money he is spending
That
on the
helps.
ads. He's polling at number 2
He learned
in
that the people
Nevada.
melt these
That's right,
plastics.
because
Money can buy the
Breathing a
election,
sigh
I
of relief
guess. I
because
don't know.
Marianne Williamson dropped
Right,
out.
well,
So
if you
he's
drop
why his company
125
started to
million in
create
air
technology.
saturation, you're
The
probably going to
result
see an
is an
uptick in the polls.
upgraded
That's
asphalt
good politics.
that would increase
that
the
sort of
durability
massages the
and
erogenous
lifespan
zones of the
of the
Democratic
material.
Party with respect
In addition
to
to that, this
immigration
idea will also lessen
and
the carbon
climate change. Look,
footprint
in
by
Guatemala,
reducing the
a lot of
amount
that
of
land is no
fossil
longer
fuel that
arable.
goes into the
This isn't going to
manufacturing
stop
process.
no matter
Look,
what
I
law
don't know
Trump
what I'm talking
builds.
about. It's a carbon
This is going to
footprint,
happen,
and
so we're
happens
going
to
to
be
have
part
more
of the
rational
actual story.
conversation
I'm proud of myself.
about this other
Sort
than
of
the
understanding
dirty
things,
people
even though I have no idea.
immigrating here.
Sure enough, not all kinds of plastics can be used, but most can. This includes most difficult plastic to recycle.
Football fans everywhere are anxiously awaiting the divisional round, which kicks off tomorrow. After the wild card matchups left many underdog teams victorious. Joining us now to discuss is national insider for NFL Network and NFL.com, Ian Rappaport. Ian, thank you so much for joining us. I do want to talk a little bit about the changing of the guard in terms of the various quarterbacks, right? Because on the one hand, you have the huge stars like Tom Brady and Drew Brees that are now sidelined. You also have more black quarterbacks who are now going to be taking a front seat role as we head into these playoffs. What's your take on all of it?
The new road is more flexible.
Yeah, in my eyes, this is really what the NFL needs. I mean, obviously, Tom Brady is great, probably the greatest player of all time. Drew Brees also tremendous, owns so many of the great passing records, and really has, been a dominant quarterback for more than a decade. And of course, you can't forget about Aaron Rodgers. He's pretty good too, and they got the number 2 seed. Packers are going to be all right here. But you're right, it is certainly a changing of the guard, and there's so many exciting, fun young quarterbacks. I mean, start with Lamar Jackson. Probably the MVP this year. You got Deshaun Watson. You got Patrick Mahomes. I mean, obviously Russell Wilson has been there and done that. Nothing new. Jimmy Garoppolo, you're showing right here. This, it seems, is what the NFL has kind of been waiting for, which is the next great wave of young quarterbacks. They do happen to be black, some of them, obviously. Almost all of them are really, really exciting, which I know is kind of a cool thing as well. I like watching this kind of brand of quarterbacks, and I'm pretty excited for this weekend.
Ian, I can remember Bob Greasy. That's how old I am. My dad used to take me to Dolphins games. So as you talk about the different eras changing, right? Wow. He used to drive a Chevy station wagon. His kids went to the school around the corner. But here's the deal: Kirk Cousins, Minnesota Vikings. The trade that they made. A lot of people questioned that. They're not questioning it now, though, are they?
We all sort of be like,
no, the signing of Kirk Cousins, the biggest free agent signing for a quarterback that we've seen, a fully guaranteed deal. And, of course, there was criticism of Kirk Cousins. First of all, why didn't the Redskins want him? That was a fair question. They could have signed him. They tagged him a couple times. Why didn't they sign him to a long-term deal? And, when it came time for the big moment, was he actually going to perform?
You guys know Gruber, right?
He performed.
What else do we got here?
The best pass of his life to Adam Thielen late in that game last weekend. I told you guys about
flying cars.
And there's a lot of exciting, fun,
flying cars.
We talked about some just a second ago.
Now this
Cousins is pretty good too,
because
and
it's 2020.
The way he threw the ball this year, the way he helped guide that team, was impressive in its own right. And I think he'll probably be excited about not answering any more questions about not being able to get it done in the spotlight, especially if they come in.
I need to hear from the new age of quarterbacks in the spotlight. Flying cars to take off soon. Let's hear about that, Mark. How about that? So here's the story. I'm sticking to it. Flying cars to take off soon. Uber, Google, Intech are prototyping. The long-standing vision of flying cars is close to becoming reality, owing to a series of technological advances and social trends, ranging from ride-sharing electric cars to autonomous vehicles and beyond. According to insights provided by Deloitte, flying cars can revolutionize modern-day transportation by creating a more integrated system that is faster and cleaner than traditional systems. Although the development of flying cars is still in its early stages, some early entrants into this market, such as Uber and Airbus, have been engaged in experimenting on related technologies. In fact, many flying cars have already passed the design phase and are currently testing and prototyping. Now this is exciting to me, guys. Urban mobility is getting revolutionized. What does that mean? Autonomous vehicle technology achieved rapid progress in 2019 with the launch of vehicles featuring Level 2 and Level 3 functionalities. In fact, Goldman Sachs believes that semi-autonomous cars, Level 4, are likely to be on the road in the next 1 to 2 years. While most industries are yet to come to grips with such automation in terrestrial mobility, advancements in mobile cars and passenger drones are likely to add a whole new dimension to this landscape. Per a report from Silicon Valley Business Journal, is this Silicon? What do you guys call it? I'm not sure which one it is. Let's see what the Silicon Valley Business Journal had to say. Space holds the potential to take away a sizable chunk of market share from both ground-based transportation networks and the helicopter industry. Moreover, these next-gen vehicles are based on electric or hybrid electric designs, which are reduced to zero emissions. That's good stuff. This makes them more energy efficient than aviation vehicles. Well, that's, look, we have to figure out how to have a smaller carbon footprint. Lawrence! My man Lawrence is on. I haven't seen Lawrence in a little while. I love it when he pops on. So listen, flying cars, Uber's working on one. Alphabet's working on one. It's just Google. Intel's working on one. Tesla's working on one. Amazon is not. Amazon has decided not to get into it at this point. I don't know why, but they're not doing it. Although Amazon is currently not working on a flying car project, it is investing in drones for package delivery. We know about that. But they are not doing a flying car. So, look, I guess they just didn't have an interest. I don't even know, honestly, how do you scale a flying car? Imagine if all of a sudden you're outside and you see just everywhere there are flying cars. Like, that would be scary. I just don't even know, there's no lanes. How does that work? It'd have to be all autonomous. So you'd have to, but then you're going to hire a whole new group of people that are going to basically keep everybody from crashing. Like, I don't even know how that would work. So I don't think it's going to really fly, literally. Here's our last story, guys. This one is a big deal. As you know, negativity is a powerful and horrible thing. Let's get into it. In this world, negative energies are all around us, and they are affecting our lives. Let's get something else on here. In this world, negative energies are all around us, and they're affecting our lives whether we are aware of them or not. This is going to sound like real talk. I talked about this about 2 months ago, exactly as it is. Lawrence, my man, it's good to see you, my friend. Working to understand their presence more and combat them in our day-to-day cycles is important. Both negative and positive energies are born every single day. They come from the way we feel, things we do, and how we allow the people around us to influence our lives. The more we work with the positive to ward off the negative, the better we will feel. This is definitely real talk, guys. Check this out. However, all too often we ignore the negative and allow it to set up a home in our lives. Does this sound similar to the way you're living? If you're feeling overwhelmed or really drained, then chances are you have a negative energy before you... you have negative energies before you that need clearing. You can move through this world realistically and comfortably without feeding into the negativity but in order to do that, you have to make yourself aware of it. While both positive and negative energies are important and hold their own meanings and lessons, figuring out a way to balance them the way that works for you is crucial for making the most of the time you have here on Earth. Now, when it comes to negative energies that you are feeding off of, your personal energy meditation is often a good place to start combating them. You can meditate in order to transmute those negative energies into positive ones, or practice white light meditation to prevent them from zapping your energies as a whole. That's interesting. Got to figure out what the hell that means. Personally, I do both, and I've noticed a huge change in how I feel as I get through each day. I do this before I leave out of the house and just as I'm returning. This is in the hope that I am able to prevent negative energies from invading my home. I actually like that. That's a nice thing of saying right there. When negative energies have taken a serious hold on you, you're not going to have as much energy as you would otherwise. You will feel very down on your luck. You'll have serious lack of motivation. Everything will feel much heavier than it actually is. And in some cases, the smallest things might set you off. When this is happening in your life, smudging your home and trying to really let go of the stagnant or negative energies that you've been holding on to is a must. If you come across someone who immediately makes you feel as if you're being drained, or like the vibe isn't as good as the one you should be getting from them, limit your contact with them and put more into giving than taking. These people are what we call energy vampires, and they feed off of our positivity if we allow them to. Subconsciously, your being will try to warn you of their presence, but it will not. You're listening to the intuitive side, but not loud enough, and you might miss the memo. Interesting. According to Mind Valley, if you're feeling negatively more often than you're not, you're probably allowing those forces to take hold in your life. You might experience headaches, stomach aches, nervousness, tension, or even confusion, depending on how long things end up playing out. You see, if you're not filtering these things out, they build up and present themselves in ways that we tend to consider quite unsavory. So, look, guys, this is basically real talk. Energy is sucking the positivity out of you, the negativity. And, remember, the 5 people that you keep around you are going to kind of lead you towards the person you are. And if you're finding that you're very negative these days, you should start looking at those around you and X out anybody who's making you feel less than you really are. That's my theory. So anyway, that's our stories for the day, guys. A little real talk news. Anyway, let's see. What are we at here? 45 minutes? It's about time for a little music. I figure I could play something for you. What do you think? Did I really just spill right off my shirt? I did. That just happened. Holy cow. Goofball. I spill all over my shirt right in the middle of Real Talk. I really need to get a new one of these, by the way. Do you see the bottom of this has like a dent? It never stays flat anymore. You see that? That's not why I spilled, though. I spilled because I'm a goofball. All right, I opened up the screen here so I could see if anybody has any notes for me over on Facebook. I watched the coffee drip onto my shirt. It's over here too? Holy cow. Oh my goodness. So that happened. Oh man. So should we get into some music? What do you guys think? I think it's about time we do that. I'm going to go play something for you and then we can figure out what to do next. Maybe my shirt will dry. Holy cow. Let's get over to the Beat Seat camera. There we go. Well, my battery's starting to go. That's not as good as it should be. Oh, you know what I need to do? Let's get this going. Beat Seat is on. This one. There we go. Let's just bang the guitar up against something. How about that? Oh, you did it? Okay, good. All right. Check. All right, we're working now. See, yesterday I realized the Beat Seat was pretty low in the mix, so I just wanted to bring it up. That's better. What should I play for you? That's the question.
not smiling next to be happy again. Why did it have to end? Oh, and now I have to walk into night with my eyes closed. Even though it's dark outside, I can see what's in front of me. Oh, and how it used to be. How it used to be. Think about it all the time. How it used to be. It's how it used to be. It's how it used to be. It's how it used to be.
I wrote that song maybe 12 years ago. I just need a little bit more vocal. Yeah, there we go. That's better. This is called How It Used to Be. I played it for you a few weeks ago. Cat Stevens earlier, and I don't know any Cat Stevens, but I did start writing this. I improvised this one day. Let's see if we could do something with it. Better than that. Sorry, guys, I just don't remember it. Can't fake it. If you don't remember it, you move on. You play something else. That's what happens when you make something up. I'm going to... We probably lost Instagram in the last couple minutes here because we were almost at 50 minutes when I started this. Let me see. Yeah. I'm just going to play. Oops. Yeah. Almost tripped over the guitar stand. That would have been fun. All right. I'm going to play you guys one more song and then I'm going to break down and go home. And remember, tomorrow night, SNL, we're getting down. I'm not sure what I'm going to play for you yet, but we're going to get down. So, you know, we usually end every show on the beat seat. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. No, no. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. Oh, yeah, say, listen, pretty baby, don't you treat me this way. I'll be back on my feet someday. It don't matter if you do. It's understood. You ain't got no money, you just ain't no good. Yes, if you say so. Got to pack my bags and go hit the road. Hit the road, 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 Jack. Don't you come back no more. Well, of course, until tomorrow, day 376 in a row, when we go and do a little SNL on the beat seat. Well, hit the road, 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 hit the road. All right, that's it. That's it. That's enough real talk for the day, guys. Although now I'm going to do 10 more minutes over there. What the heck? What the heck, right? Because that's what we do on this show. We do a little real talk on the beat seat, and then we go back over to the show. My man, thank you. Over on D Live, you rock. D Live is in the show tonight. We got D Live on the show. It only took 375 days in a row to get D Live into the mix. Actually, realistically, D Live has been part of the show since day 318, because that's when I figured out how to do Restream. And every day since, we've been doing Restream over here. So we're on like multiple platforms at once. We are on multiple platforms at the same exact time. And I don't know, how was the music? Was it good tonight, guys? You gotta let me know, because realistically, I'm just rolling with it. We improvised a song tonight. And I say tonight because it's already 6:15 right now. And I'm not doing a show at 10:30 tonight. Tomorrow I am. But I got a massive order for beat seats today. I've got to go build beat seats. And, you know, I think it's also, even though today was day 375, I was like, I'll do 2 shows today. I've been doing 2 shows for a while on Fridays, but I feel like it's too much for you guys. Like, I want you guys to want to see this show. I want you to be like, okay, it's once a day. Because if I come on twice a day, it's going to be confusing. Like, when is he coming on? Is he coming on again? I'll miss this one because he may be coming on later. No. It's once a day. Okay, 1 show a day. Tune in, spread the content, share it with the world, with your world. Tell people, look, let's go on together. We could send notes to Mark together in real time. We could join at the same time. So we got some of that going on over here on YouTube. So please go over to YouTube, subscribe and ding the bell. I'm looking forward to tomorrow's episode, SNL. I've got another thing going on, guys. It is 6:18 right now. I still have to do my other show. Now, when I say that, there are a few people who actually know what that means. And most of you guys are like, what, he's going to do Real Talk again? No, I'm not doing Real Talk. I'm going to do the other show. The best way I could explain it is this. Austin Powers had Dr. Evil. That's the best way of saying it. Mark Pires has Austin Powers had Dr. Evil. Mark Pires Real Talk has, there's got to be an opposite, right? There is. I'm thinking about doing something for you guys real quick. Let me see if this would work. I'm not sure if this will work. I found my cards, and I love to do magic tricks. I used to do a lot of magic tricks, and bottom line is I just don't do them much anymore. And the crazy thing is I have kids now, so you think the time to do magic tricks would be now when I have kids, right? Because they're all watching. They all, this is the time they want to be entertained. This would be the time for me to actually do a magic trick for them. But no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to kind of forget about it. But I did find my cards, and I love doing magic tricks. So what I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to show you a really cool trick that I invented. When I used to do magic tricks, this is one of my tricks I used to do for my friends to just blow their minds. And this is something I learned from David Blaine. Not personally, but I figured out most of his tricks. And they're not as hard as you think, although they're very cool. So we start with 2 cards, okay? So the bottom line is we start with the 7 of diamonds, and we're going to put the 7 of diamonds there, and then no, wait, that's not the way we do it. Hold on a second. Is that how it goes? No, it's not how it goes. All right, so it's not the 7 of diamonds. It is the 7 of diamonds, but it's actually the second card first is the 9 of clubs. Okay, so let's play it this way. Ready? We start with the 9 of clubs and the 7 of diamonds. Those are our 2 cards, okay? So 9 of clubs goes down right in here. I'm going to show you where I put it down, okay? This is where it goes. Our second card we use is the 7 of diamonds. I was showing you that because I love it. Ready? 7 of diamonds here. If you take the 7 of diamonds and you just rub it on top of the 9 of clubs, watch what happens. It's a very quick thing, but just like that, the 7 of diamonds becomes the 9 of clubs. And the 9 of clubs becomes the 7 of diamonds. Now, what's really cool about this is I could take this 7 of diamonds and I'll put it into the deck like so you could see this. Let me do it like this. So about halfway through, you see? Now, all I have to do is slide it in like that. You see this? It's halfway through. Sliding it in. And just like that, did you see what happened? It's a very simple, quick thing, but the 7 of diamonds comes right back up to the top of the deck. It's pretty cool, right? So you take the 7 diamonds again. I'm going to show it to you slow. 7 of diamonds. Here it's back on the top. And I'm going to put it right back into the middle. Here we go. Into here. It's about halfway down. Okay. Push it in. That quick. Right back up to the top. It's called the ambitious card trick. It keeps coming up to the top of the deck. So I decided to make it even more interesting. Because that's the trick, the ambitious card trick. It just comes up at the top of the deck. Well, what if we decide to put it inside the deck like this again? This time it's in the middle again, just like this, okay? We're going to push it in, and this time what we're going to do, we're going to smack the deck. And if you look in here, look at this. Look at this. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see this? Look at that. It is upside down in the deck. The 7 of diamonds. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. I'm not putting it in this way. I'm putting it in this way, okay? In. Okay? Just like that. That's all you have to do, and it flips back over in the deck again. It's a magic deck, guys. I'm a magician. Not really, but this is a cool trick I created. Look, there it is again, the 7 of diamonds. It's there again. This is insanity. I say we take it one step further, okay? Last time, 7 of diamonds into the middle of the deck. I'm showing it to you one final time. 7 of diamonds, middle of the deck, right here. Just like that. If I just put it right there did you see what just happened there? This is the best part of the trick. Hold on. Hold on. Huh? What's inside of the box? My magic trick. I created that one. It's pretty cool, right? At least I think it's pretty cool. And anybody who doesn't, I got a problem with you because it is a cool trick. Now, I know you guys are saying, well, it's just a trick deck. Well, let's just do it again. Let's try it again. Let's see if it's a trick deck. Ace of Hearts. Put the Ace of Hearts right here on top of the deck. And then we take the next card, which is what? It's my favorite card, one of my favorite cards. I'm looking at the screen. It's the Queen of Diamonds. You got the Ace of Hearts, Queen of Diamonds. Watch, I take the Queen of Diamonds and I just rub it over the top. Ace of Hearts. Queen of Diamonds. What? Come on, guys. I put it into the middle of the deck again. You know the routine. Queen of Diamonds into the middle of the deck. Ooga-booga-boo. Just like that, it comes back to the top. Guys, you're really slow if you don't see this happening. It's happening right in front of your eyes. The entire process, right in front of your eyes, the Queen of Diamonds. Hold on. Let's just do this again. Because you guys, I don't think you're really understanding what's going on. I'm putting this even lower. Right there. Okay? It's right there. In. What the hell's that? Boom. Just like that. Queen of Diamonds. Guys, seriously, I'm not messing around anymore. All right, now you're saying, look, maybe he put it in there the wrong way again. Did he? Did he put it in there the wrong way again? What happened? What happened over there? What's this? Are you kidding me? Queen of Diamonds flipped upside down? All right, listen, seriously, I must be, like, how could I do it with the 7 of Diamonds now with the Queen of Diamonds? Oh, let's maybe put it back in the middle again. You just saw it. Look, it's in there again. Just like that. Did you see what happened again? Come on, guys. Get with the program. Get with the program. Oh, my goodness. It's crazy. I mean, seriously, guys, come on. This is unbelievable. I'm going to put it in right here. I want to show you. Look, it's in the middle of the deck. Queen of Diamonds, putting it back in this way. Let's just watch. Ready? Some real talk magic for you. Don't even play around. Don't even play around. That's real talk for you right there. Real talk magic. That's my magic trick. I invented that magic trick. It's pretty cool. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. I had to give you a little magic, a little something, something. I'm going over to do the other show. Like I said, if you're smart enough to have figured out what that means. Emma's on. Oh, now I feel bad because Emma's here. I can't stop now that Emma's here. Emma, what time is it right now where you are? I got to know. Shoot me a note. Let me know what time it is. Very happy to have Emma on. You know, listen, we're worldwide here on the Real Talk program. I have people from all over the world joining this program and adding something. I just showed you guys one of my magic tricks. Pretty cool, right? You got to go back and watch that one twice just to see if you could catch what I did. But that's probably one of the coolest tricks. I mean, the card just keeps showing up upside down, inside boxes. I used to make cards show up in like people's shoes and like in their purse. It's like, how the heck did you do that? I'm like, dude, it's magic. A magician doesn't tell you the secrets. They keep it to themselves. That's kind of part of my character, the one that's, you know, the anti-real talk. He's the opposite of real talk. That's basically what we got going on. It's 12:27 right now. Oh, Emma said, don't feel sad about leaving. I wanted to go to bed anyway. Well, that's good. So maybe stay on for one more second, Emma. You know what I'm going to do for you, Emma, because I really appreciate you. I'm going to play you a little lullaby, okay, because you're going to sleep. Check this out. So this is kind of cool. I'm going to tell you guys a very cool story right now. When my daughter, my last child, was born, they handed her to me. And when they handed her to me, I started singing this song. And I changed the word, her name, to baby, because the word is very similar. Like it's the same two syllables. So I was able to say her name when I was singing this originally. And Sweet Baby, or yes, I think it was called, now I gotta remember it. Let me see if I can remember how it goes. I'm gonna sing it to you. It's like a little lullaby here.
to sleep and dream tonight. It's time to go to sleep. It's time to go to sleep. Time to close your eyes tonight. Sleep tonight. Sleep tonight. It's time to sleep and dream tonight. It's time to go to sleep. It's time to go to sleep. Time to go to sleep. It's time to go to sleep tonight. Sleep tonight. Sleep tonight. It's time to sleep and dream tonight. It's time to go to sleep. It's time to go to sleep. Time to go to sleep. It's time to rest your head tonight. Sleep tonight, yeah. Sleep tonight, yeah. It's time to sleep and dream tonight, oh yeah. It's time to go to sleep. It's time to go to sleep. It's time to go to sleep. And then the tie into that was what I sang to my daughter. It went like this. It's kind of a similar vibe. Sweet dreams, little baby. Sweet dreams. Sweet dreams tonight. Sweet dreams, little baby. Sweet dreams, sweet dreams tonight. Sweet, sweet dreams tonight. Sweet dreams, little baby. Sweet dreams, sweet dreams tonight. Sweet dreams, little baby. Sweet dreams tonight. Sweet, sweet dreams tonight. Sweet dreams, little baby. Sweet dreams tonight. Sweet dreams, little mama, baby. Sweet dreams tonight. Sweet dreams tonight. A little lullaby for you. Before you head off to sleep at 12:30 in Germany, I appreciate you, Emma. Thank you so much for joining the program again. I'm heading back. Had to give you a little something here. You know? Just a little something. You're so welcome, Emma. Thank you for tuning in. I'm really thrilled to see you on. And like I said, I'm here every day. I'm going to try to get on earlier. So let's think about this. It's 6 hours ahead. It's 6 hours ahead. So roughly, I'm trying to do the math here. So that means if I go on at like 11, it's like 5 o'clock for you. Okay. If I go on at midnight, if I go on at 11 o'clock tomorrow night, it's like 5 a.m. Yeah, it's like 5 a.m. So actually, you may be waking up tomorrow and I'm live. Because, tomorrow night we have the SNL, Saturday Night Live. It starts at 10:30. It's not over till midnight or 1 o'clock, 12:30. So you're probably going to be catching like a couple seconds of Real Talk tomorrow night on SNL. But I appreciate you being on so much, Emma. Thank you for spreading the word, telling everybody over on Twitch. You start building out Twitch will be really cool. And
I think we've had a decently long show. It's been an hour and 20 minutes. I think that's enough show for a Friday. I'm going to break down this equipment, get ready for tomorrow, but only after I finish my other show. Like I said, if you're smart enough to figure out what that is. And here's the tip. Austin Powers had Dr. Evil. It's that simple. I will see you guys later tomorrow on the next Real Talk. Appreciate you. Any topics, any songs for tomorrow night's SNL, shoot them over. I'll work them in. This is Mark Pires, day 375 in a row. And it's Real Talk. Have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow.